Sadly, experiencing bereavement during this time of lockdown is something which some of us will have to do. Speaking to my children about death is something I've done before, but previously I've had the time to grieve privately and the space to think carefully about how and when I'll tell them, and to consider some of the questions they might have and some of the ways I might answer them. But life in lockdown is very different. Our children are here 24/7 and they are seeing the good, the bad and the ugly of our everyday life. You might be going crazy from being at home all the time, or you might be wishing that you were at home all the time. You might be parenting on your own or with somebody else. You might be parenting one child or lots of children. You might be a foster parent, a grandparent, somebody who looks after children with additional needs. But whatever your family looks like, we are all experiencing life really differently at the moment, and we all just want to do the best for our kids. A couple of weeks ago, we received some devastating and unexpected news, and our children were right here when we heard, and they just saw us crumple and wail and weep with complete disbelief and sorrow. Honestly, that is not the way I would ever have chosen to share that news with my children. But in hindsight, I needn't have worried. We are learning to parent on the spot. We don't have all the answers all the time. But our children are seeing that even though mum and dad don't always have it together, there is a way through. Our daily exercise has been really important. We found that running and cycling and walking together has been a good time for listening to our children, for hearing their questions and for sharing our thoughts and feelings with them in a really natural way. Obviously, we haven't been able to gather with other people to mourn, and that's been really difficult, but there have been ways that our children have been able to be involved in encouraging and loving our friends. So they've been able to draw pictures and write letters that they've popped in the post, and that's been a really good way for them to feel like they're doing something too. We haven't known all the answers, and we have cried when we've been trying not to, but we have been able to gently show them that this is what grief looks like. Feeling sad and worried and confused is normal, but it's not the end of the story. It's a journey, and it's a journey that we're on together. We don't feel like we're doing it right all the time, and being together 24/7 can make things like this seem much more challenging. We're not always in control, and I find that really scary, but living life in its fullness, warts and all, in front of our children presents opportunities way beyond anything I could ever have fabricated to share life with my children. I can only hope that the tears and laughter of our last few weeks will inspire in them a lifelong understanding that pain and sorrow are not the end of the story, that family is a place where we love one another through the hard things, and that you definitely don't have to have it all together.